Hello, everyone. How we doing? I hope you're having a good weekend so far. Sorry, just opening up something real quick so I can get the chats going on screen. Oh, it's good to finally be on the weekend. On the other hand, this man is in charge of America's national intelligence apparatus, so that's no bueno, but what are you gonna do? Oh, I've not been looking forward to talking about this. Let's see what's going on in chat first, shall we? Altered Undying with 44 months says, oh, does this mean anything Freemason-ish? It does not, unfortunately. You would have to be a Mecca Freemason. But that's too secret. You don't get to know about that. Wannabe66, thanks for a 70 stream streak, says, yay, 70 in a row with lovely Hannah and her crew. Hello, everyone. Back at ya. Jay's a Proxy with 440 stream streak says, I know Bill being anywhere near Intel is very, very bad, but I can't help but be a little happy because him being out of Fannie and Freddie makes my life significantly easier. Oh, no, you don't understand, Jay's a Proxy. He's not leaving Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. He's doing both jobs. He's not leaving Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. At no point did they say he's leaving. He's not leaving. He's going to do both jobs that he's unqualified to do at the same time. We're a very serious country. Take us seriously. Lucas Dawn, thanks for 60 months, says, hello all. Altered Undying with 100 bits says, organizing all the books. So many books. Terradona with 100 bits. Altered Undying with 100 says, but do you have a high enough rank to know how high a Freemason I am? 11D2 is my guess. Hey, D Walker, how's it going? Caesar Bishop with 9 months says, this baby has popped. Thank you for 9 months of happiness, joy, and face palms galore. This sub-baby's name is going to be my creeping existential dread as everything gets worse around us, as the country slowly gets hollowed out, and you're just waiting for the structure to no longer be stable, and it'll all fall apart, and bad things are happening. And literally, do you know that the position that Bill Pulte is in now was created after 9/11 because they found out, like, hey, one of the reasons we didn't catch 9/11 was because there wasn't communication between the various intelligence apparatuses in the country. So they created this position to kind of have someone over all of the heads of the different intelligences that could kind of communicate between them and share information. And now that position is Bill Pulte. So if another 9/11 happens because of Bill Pulte, that's terrible, but also, holy shit, that's the funniest thing ever, right? Like, it would be terrible, but also like, holy shit, Bill Pulte, towel ape man, causing another 9/11 would be just cosmically, I couldn't handle it. I would snap. I literally would never be okay. Anyway, we're on a hype train, 16% to level 2. If you want to help out the hype train, you can always use bits or subs. Let's see what else. Miss Quilanius with 59 months says, happy Pride Month. If they take that away, I look forward to seeing Gay Wrath Month. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for 100 bits. Appreciate it. Carbcosian with the 40 stream streak says, I'm a fourth of the way writing my third book. Happy Naval Invasion Day. Altered Undying with 100 bits says, hug. I'm fine. Let me find your link, Jay's a Proxy. I know you said to click it. Let me find that. I don't see one. Did you send it on Discord? Oh, wait, no. This one. Good news. Let me see. Trump backs down on Bill Pulte after bipartisan Senate revolt. Is this just the part of him saying he's not permanent, he's just the interim? Yes, it is. He's saying that he is not the permanent choice, he is only interim. We'll see. He wouldn't get through a Senate confirmation, I would hope, but, you know, hope isn't worth a whole lot these days, so... Korak says, Bill Pulte going from stalking Amy to stalking all of America for Trump. Oh, man. Oh, It's so bad. Like, I don't even know how to articulate how... Like, if you had told me 10 years ago things could be this fucking incompetent and this... that things would get this corrupt this quickly, even under Trump, is kind of astonishing to me. I have no faith in our civil institutions. They're just completely crushed. I have no faith in anything. So that's good. That's good. Anyway, let's jump into stuff, shall we? One of the bright sides of this, I will say, has been, it's been quite funny seeing actual news people having to deal with Pulte and all the weird meme stock stuff. So here's someone from MSNBC, it's now called MS Now, terrible name, talking about Pulte.
Wondering what else Bill Pulte... If you were wondering what else Bill Pulte was doing before he joined the Trump administration, well, let me show you. Now, the next clip is a video of Bill Pulte accepting an award. Just 2.5 years ago, very recently. And before I play it, I just want to warn you that the...
Can I also point out that at the time of Pulte Fest, I wasn't the only one saying this, but I was one of the people saying, he is so clearly trying to set himself up for some sort of political aspirations. I warned you people!
First two men you will see...
Minute left in the hype train. Fennikagami says, I literally left a comment on the Majority Report video I found out on that they need to get in contact with you because you're an expert on Pulte. Another way to look at this is that the more incompetent the administration is, the less equipped the administration is to oppress us and hold on to power. One can hope.
You're not Bill Pulte. And also that the blurred object in this video is, in fact, a dildo.
PP's on national news. PP's on national news. PP's on national news slapping someone with a dildo. This is the best coma dream ever.
Here's the first ever, man, live f***ing dildo slap on the PP Live. Pulte, look at this f***ing thing. Come on. So, Bill, this says Bill Pulte. All right?
Thank you.
And then if you notice on, it's got a...
Yeah, they blurred the trophy, too. I want to be clear. I think the trophy they gave him, was it in the shape of a penis? I know that it said Bill Pulte fucks, and on the other side it said only the young, which implies he's like a pedophile, which is funny. But, like, was it shaped like a wiener? I don't remember.
If you were one...
Someone check if PP deleted those live streams again. Luckily, there are plenty of copies out there. People have mirrored it. I have it. So, don't worry. This won't die.
Live. Pulte, look at this f***ing thing. Come on. So, Bill, this says Bill Pulte. All right?
Thank you.
And then if you notice on, it's got a tramp stamp with a butterfly
I
on
like
the back.
only the young.
One cheek said, yes, it does say only the young on the back here. Only the young, December 14th.
That looks pretty bad.
In case that was hard to follow, confusing, in case you're wondering if it was AI, it was certainly not.
If I see a person legitimately try to claim that Pulte Fest footage is AI, I'm gonna lose it.
They made an award that says, Bill Pulte bleeps, but only the young. That's a real video. And just to reiterate, that was not some old footage of Bill Pulte and his college fraternity. That would be bad enough. That was 2.5 years ago. Bill Pulte was old enough to be president of the United States in that video. That's the guy who Trump wants leading U.S. intelligence. Now, and if you are shocked and horrified by that, and you certainly should be, you are not alone. Because Trump's Pulte announcement landed with a wet thud among many elected Republicans. Republican Senate Majority Leader responded. He responded by saying that, quote, we don't need a weaponized DNI. Fact, true fact. Republican Senator Tom Tillis called Pulte an incendiary attack dog. We love free Tom Tillis and YOLO Tom Tillis world. And even Trump ally and chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Tom Cotton, couldn't bring himself to even comment on the announcement. That tells you a lot, too. Now, we're going to see what Republicans might actually do to push back against Trump's decision to put Pulte in charge of national intelligence. But Democrats are looking to turn this into a fight if Trump doesn't withdraw his woefully unqualified candidate. And that is interesting to watch, too.
Worried what Pulte's gonna do in the 60 days he has. Oh, this is a beautiful little picture put together for an actual article about this written by Will Summer for The Bulwark. We'll read this real quick. Baha, thanks for a 165 stream streak. Here's the article. Years before President Donald Trump nominated him to be the acting director of national intelligence for the government of the United States of America, Bill Pulte was spending his time circling a gullible group of investors trading shares in a dead company. The year was 2023, and Bed Bath & Beyond, after prolonged death throes, finally stumbled into bankruptcy in April. Its stock, BBBY, was delisted from the NASDAQ in early May, but a portion of the shareholders went on believing a resurrection was possible. Over the previous year, the retail chain had become a prominent meme stock, the subject of intense speculation and rumor. And after the company shut down, they refused to accept that their investments were worthless. Many of these diehards kept trading shares over the counter as BBBYQ. Pulte claimed in the summer of 2023 that he was captivated by the incredible BBBY community, and he went to extraordinary, often ridiculous lengths to promote it. On a live stream in September 2023, link to the article? Sure. There you go. On a live stream in September 2023, Pulte donned a jacket with astronaut patches, implying that the bankrupt company's stock would somehow still go to the moon. At some events, Pulte would wear a bulletproof vest for fear that an unnamed cabal acting against the home goods store might try to kill him. The funny thing about this, bulletproof vest, I don't think it actually has the thing in it. I think this is just the vest part. I don't think he actually has the insert that's the part that blocks the bullets. So it almost feels like he just wore this to look badass, but it doesn't look badass. It looks like a tactical girdle of some kind. Bittergrin, thanks for 66 months. Much appreciated. In the fall of 2023, the BBYQ shares were finally eliminated, but even that didn't convince the lingering true believers. Pulte kept stoking their baseless excitement. He even organized a December 2023 event in Florida, a Florida hangar that was, as journalist Parrot Martineau put it, dedicated to the conspiracy that Bed Bath & Beyond never actually went bankrupt. Some of these people's quotes are wrong. Earlier, they said that they were trading BBBYQ over the counter. The retail people really couldn't do that. They were still believing that they were going to get made whole or make a profit, but they couldn't really trade them. And the idea that at the point of Pulte Fest, they believed that they didn't really go bankrupt. Not really. At that point, they thought that the bankruptcy was part of a secret plan. So they thought that the motivations for the bankruptcy were suspect in some way and were secretly not what they were being told, but they did think there was a bankruptcy happening at that point. Anyway, sorry. Maybe being pedantic, but people are getting a few details wrong here. With Pulte sitting on stage, one promoter slapped a grateful supporter in the face with a green dildo, apparently a powerful symbol in their inscrutable online subculture. Yeah, it's not inscrutable. I've seen other journalists also be like, who could understand this dildo slap thing? Basically, it was a meme on their show, and whenever they kicked someone off the show, they'd play a little clip where it was that image macro of Batman smacking Robin, but instead of a hand, he's slapping him with a dildo because they're immature man babies. basically. So it was doing it in person. It was taking a meme from their show where they disrespect people. They kick off the show by slapping them with a dildo, sort of like with a meme, to doing it in real life. It's not inscrutable. It's just something you need to look into. Anyway, an hour and a half later, Pulte himself would be presented with an award, a small circular trophy base with a little blue T-Rex on top of it. He accepted the gift, saying, "That looks pretty badass. Oh, this is why I didn't remember it was a dick, because it's half dinosaur, half dick. It's like bottom half T-Rex, top half erect penis." Do you think he still has that? Like, is it on his desk? Like in federal government? None of this had any effect on the defunct company. Bed Bath & Beyond did not arise like Lazarus from the grave, and the shareholders did not make back their money. But Pulte himself never slowed down. Just over 2 years after the dildo incident, he was rocketing upward in Trump world, entrusted to be the nation's top housing regulator, and more to the point, one of the president's primary henchmen. Indeed, it is Pulte's relentless pursuit of the president's enemies that appears now to have earned him his D&I nod. With the same shamelessness he brought to pimping BBBY, he has dug up mortgage fraud allegations against Trump critics like Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, and Lisa Cook, a Federal Reserve Governor. And like those earlier Bed Bath & Beyond ventures, the more recent investigations have ended in failure. So, too, have Pulte's non-vengeance government endeavors. His Trump-endorsed proposal to solve the housing crisis with 50-year mortgages flopped. Disgusting idea. Holy shit. Fenekagami with 40 bits says, "I personally love how much the administration is proof that the, quote, DEI has just been racism and sexism. Look at the straight white men that get these jobs because they're, quote, qualified. Nothing is more concrete evidence to the stupid bullshit of eugenics than the success of Bill Pulte." I would say it's the evidence that they believe in eugenics. People like Trump, people like Pulte, they think they're a better class of people and therefore suited for any role because they're just superior to other people. They're not. Often they're nepo baby dumbasses, like Bill Pulte. Dillis Filler says, "Local gay bar has a 3D printed dick animal like that on the bar. Rad." Peoplord says, "Is it possible that inscrutable was inserted because it was the only non-ableist adjective they could come up with?" Perhaps. Anyway. It was Pulte who also reportedly provided Trump with the AI-generated picture of the president as Jesus that enraged Christians last fall. Did it even enrage that many Christians? I don't know if it did. A lot of them are Trump supporters, so I don't know if they gave that much of a shit. Sorry, Dillis Filler, let me find those earlier bits. It says, "All hat, no cattle." Critics of Pulte have pointed to this record of futility, in addition to the complete absence of any experience in this intelligence community, to show why he should not be getting the acting D&I post, but it's also worth considering Pulte's pre-government background as sort of an internet clown in the meme stock community when considering just how wild his selection truly is. Because it was there that Pulte distinguished himself through a terrible sense of judgment and a willingness to say whatever people wanted to hear. Pulte's rise in politics has been fueled by his inherited wealth. He's the grandson and namesake of the home-building magnate William J. Pulte, and was appointed to the board of construction giant Pulte Homes in 2016 as part of his grandfather's corporate maneuvering. Do you guys remember there's actually video? Oh, I should probably send this to someone. There's video of Pulte's grandfather when he was alive talking about how incompetent his grandson was. And it's pretty clear he's talking about Bill Pulte. Orion Cooper with a $5 super chat says, "The green toy itself comes from the green candlestick graphs in finance, which shows the range of potential profits. Red candlesticks show losses." Yeah, green dildo is sort of a stand-in for a green candle. That's a good point. Thank you for bringing it up. Anyway. In 2019, Pulte started to give away large amounts of money on Twitter, allegedly. I don't think we ever got confirmation that he actually sent a lot of this fucking money to people. To random people in what he called Twitter philanthropy. The giveaways boosted his social media accounts since people had to follow him so that he could send them money. As I write this, Pulte has a whopping 2.9 million followers on X. Unhappy with Pulte's rising profile and how it was deluging the company with misdirected pleas for money, the Pulte Homes Board removed him in 2020, according to the New York Times. That's... okay. Bill Pulte didn't take it easily. He launched a years-long lawsuit in 2022 by suing an executive at his family's company, accusing them of creating a Ghost of Bill Pulte account on Twitter that posted as Pulte's now-dead grandfather to criticize his grandson. That's a little funny. In the meantime, Pulte also started getting in on the meme stock mania, in which investors tried to strategically reap profits off the unexpected price spikes in unlikely stocks such as GameStop and AMC Theaters. Bed Bath & Beyond was one of his first major ventures. Fennikagami with 40 bits says, a going theory on the majority report of why Pulte is the one getting this position is that he's one of the few members of the admin who's proven he'll go after Trump's enemies. I would agree. Trey says, I've said that Ryan Cohen either had to die or leave the public view in order for the cult of meme stocks to grow. I feel like this could be a setup to be that Bill is the new Messiah-like figure. GME apes still hate him. GME apes still don't like the guy. Neither do AMC apes. So I don't think so. Trey says they're going to be able to say that from behind the scenes he's investigating these super secret naked shorts. A better analogy may not be that he'll be a Messiah-like figure, but something closer to a disciple like Paul. They can't accept that Ryan Cohen has forsaken them, so Ryan Cohen has sent his only begotten dear friend Pulte to carry out his will within the federal government. Again, for some of the remaining BBBY people, yes, I believe that. GME people, less likely, because they've already kind of inoculated themselves against Bill during the whole BBBYQ stuff, although things change. They change their narrative all the time, so I could be wrong. But I'm going to make a call. I don't think the majority of GameStop apes will buy into the Bill thing. But Korax on YouTube says that the MMTLP crowd is already doing that. Which, obviously, Korax knows way more about the MMTLP people. I don't really cover them. I cover mostly the Bed Bath & GameStop people. Sometimes the AMC. So apparently you're right, though, about the MMTLP people. That's good. I mean, it's not good, but good call. In 2022, GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen had bought a large stake in Bed Bath & Beyond, and his meme stock reputation caused the struggling home goods chain stock price to rise. Retail investors hoping to make a quick killing following Cohen into the stock, but when Cohen sold his shares 5 months later for a $60 million profit, the price collapsed. Rather than accept that they had been left holding the bag, some investors clung to the stock in the hopes that Cohen somehow had a secret plan to salvage the price. They coalesced into online communities where Pulte became an object of interest. Cohen had exchanged some tweets unrelated to Bed Bath & Beyond stock with Pulte, promoting shareholders to believe Pulte knew of the supposed secret plan to salvage the company. Pulte didn't dispel the chatter. Instead, he leaned into it. He appeared on podcasts promoting the stock and embraced his role as a Bed Bath & Beyond sage. "I'm the biggest degenerate you've ever met," Pulte said on the show where he wore the astronaut jacket, using a popular term to describe a hardcore meme stock investor. The pee-pee show. They're avoiding saying the pee-pee show intentionally, I would assume. Pulte began to reference the 2020 Taylor Swift track Only the Young in his tweets, and used it as an intro song in his public appearances. BBBYQ shareholders became convinced, QAnon style, that the song had a hidden message about how Pulte and Cohen would rescue their fortunes. In the exuberant, male-heavy meme stock world, Only the Young soon came to be referred to as Only the Hung. That's true! It did! Seeing it written in an article is weird. But that is a thing. Fenekagami says it's equally possible this will make members turn against Bill because of how anti-government they've gotten over the years. I personally think this is going to make the already existing schism in meme stocks get more pronounced and volatile. See, people like this are against the government if they think it's working against them, but as soon as they think someone like them is in power and can use the power of the government to benefit them, they're fine with it. So, I don't know if I agree with that. At the Florida Hangar event, Pulte was given a case of helicopter gunship ammo that had been inscribed with more sexualized song titles, and on the live stream, where he put on the astronaut jacket, Pulte sat in front of a whiteboard with "Only the Hung" written on it. Despite the adoration, the shareholders clearly graded on Pulte. At one point during the live stream with the astronaut jacket, a prominent BBBYQ investor grew tearful talking about his hopes for the stock's revival. An unimpressed Pulte listened to him while eating ice cream from a pint. That was Michael. Good Michael shout out for him crying while Bill Pulte ate ice cream. This makes me want to rewatch these goddamn streams. So stupid. Like other failed meme stock online groups, the BBBYQ subculture was filled with paranoia about shadowy forces out to keep the stock down, which is apparently why Pulte started going out in public to shareholder gatherings wearing a bulletproof vest and accompanied by security detail. It's Kais Malej, his security detail. Green guy says no tit window. Not for this outfit. Or do you mean for his bulletproof vest? Bill deserves a tit window for his bulletproof vest. Whether Pulte had legitimate reasons to fear for his safety is impossible to fully know. Is it? Is it impossible to fully know? But the investors were clearly deluded. In fact, to attend the Florida event in 2023, they paid $500 each, believing Pulte was some sort of oracle who would recover their lost investments. But instead of answers, they were left with dildo humor and treated with cases of Coors Light and bottled water. Warm Coors Light. I think this is important to the story. They didn't even have coolers or ice to put the cans in. It was warm Coors Light. The mountains were not blue. Even the trophy Pulte received bore a regrettable inscription, a combination of the millennial compliment, "This guy fucks," and his supposedly secret meaning slogan, "Only the young," put together read, "Bill Pulte fucks only the young." Good God. Pulte seemed to at least entertained by it all. He was very much in on the gag. He arrived at the Florida event in a helicopter, but flight data showed that it had taken off from the same airfield, circled the site, then returned for a climactic landing. Why would Pulte subject himself to this? A clue came in late in the night as one of his associates, Kais Malej, shown standing next to Pulte in the bulletproof vest photo above, announced that attendees at the Florida event would each receive one share of Pulte Homes as part of the $500 ticket fee for attendance. In order to get the shares, though, they had to sign an agreement to hold the stock long term, as well as sign their shareholder rights over to one of Pulte's friends. According to a letter filled in the Bed Bath & Beyond bankruptcy case, "We are in a family that I see as a very, very good family. It's a great family," Malej told the crowd. "It's the Pulte family." It appears that Pulte may have been trying to harness the the restless energy of meme stock investors to settle scores with the Pulte Homes executive, but if that was Pulte's plan, it failed too. He never made it back to the company. Instead, he entered Trump's orbit through the usual means, according to the New York Times, getting retweets from Trump and buying membership at Mar-a-Lago. It changed the course of Pulte's life, and in turn, U.S. history. The supposed Bed Bath & Beyond oracle who watched a dildo get slapped across a man's face is now set to have access to the country's most sensitive intelligence matters. His old denizens in the meme stock world can hardly believe it. On Tuesday, commenters in a subreddit devoted to tracking and mocking the antics of this world reacted in disbelief to Pulte's appointment. How they wondered, could this man keep failing upward? Sorry, didn't mean to do that. If I was America, I'd be crying, wrote one. That's the end of the article. Things are so dire. Pterodota says, for a super wealthy dude, his parties look like they sucked royally. And Dillis Filler says, Kai's allegedly... Kai's alleged stalker. True. Shills are in shambles, man. Can I link that in YouTube? Sure, this should be the link still. I copied it earlier. There you go. PP responded to this on Twitter. He said, just in, people are melting down over recent news of Bill Pulte becoming Director of National Intelligence. We're getting reports of mass accounts deleting their social media after fear of being investigated. We have it all. Boom. Who's deleting stuff, PP? You delete stuff. Who's deleting stuff? And if they are you admitting that the director of intelligence for the country is going to weaponize the apparatus of American intelligence to harm people using their First Amendment rights to criticize him? Anyway, continuing. Bill deleted his whole feed twice. True. You thought PP and Pulte were on the outs? Yeah, they haven't talked in a long time, to my knowledge. Pulte does not answer PP's calls. PP is just trying to use this to raise his profile. Unsuccessfully. Oh, the Teddy website is down. The website that, Ryan Cohen sold those kids' books on. They're no longer available. So it kind of looks like, Teddy's done. I'm glad I got one of the books when they still had them. I only got one. Now I wish I'd gotten the whole box set, but I have Teddy and the piggy banks. This is a collector's item now. Do you think I could sell this to an ape for like $300 on eBay? The holy text to them, basically. Get a Switch 2. Anyway. Do we want to watch some of the PP show? Let's do some of the PP show, and then we'll move on from the Pulte stuff.
Fellas, how the fuck you doing, man? It's great to see you guys. Hope you guys have been well, man, as we get together again on another episode here of the PP Show, man. So great to see you guys. Hope you guys have been well. We're coming live across X.
Oh, yeah, they still do the PP Show, Corax. You didn't know that? It's not as often as it used to. Like, during the peak of the cope during the bankruptcy, they were doing streams almost every day of the week. Now the live streams happen... there's weeks in between them sometimes. They only really do it if there's some new thing in the meme stock community, GME or BBBY. So mostly GME at this point.
YouTube, couple other smaller platforms nobody really watches on. But how you guys doing tonight, man? We got some stuff to unpack here. I gotta say, this entire fucking thing in the last couple years has been one of the most insane things to witness, man. And,
far fewer guests. Far fewer.
In my entire life of existence, man, to be quite honest, all right? Bill Pulte, from coming into the community, backing the PP Show, all of this stuff, to now Director of National Intelligence. I mean, you literally can't make this shit up.
I for once agree with PP. If you had told me years ago that Bill Pulte was heading where he is, I'd have ended it years ago.
No Pie made a fantastic post talking about how it's like We'll read it here. Obviously I'll butcher it here, but he said, Pulte didn't just get into the FBI or like head of police. Like, he's the fucking director of national intelligence now. All right. According to Michael, he says he's one of the second most important people in the world. So this is fucking.
He's up there. I'm not gonna lie. He's unfortunately up there in importance, but not the second most important in the world. Don't trust Michael. Michael's crazy.
Astronomically insane.
Michael's the guy that in the article earlier they talked about was crying in front of Pulte while Pulte was eating ice cream. That was Michael.
Right?
Often people call him Crykel because he cries a lot. I don't do that because I don't think that's nice, but that is his nickname.
But if we look back of all the things that we've been taught and learned and seen, it all kind of makes sense here, right? I mean, we need someone like Bill Pulte to be director of national intelligence, right? So again, we have a whole lot to unpack.
Can you be director of national intelligence when you have none?
Here as well. It looks like Ryan also dropped the earnings early as well on the same day of this news. I do feel like it does have some form of correlation here, but I got to say, man, I can't be the only one out here losing my mind, man. Someone said Pee-Pee's popping up in the news. Right on, man. Right on. Yeah.
It's not positive coverage, Pee-Pee.
There's someone, very famous who said, even bad publicity is good publicity, man. So
that's terrible advice. That's terrible advice that is certainly not true now. I don't know if it was ever true in a very different media environment. It is not true in the modern media environment. Fennikagami says, and there are people who still try to pearl clutch about Hassan and Graham Plattner. Look at what is running our country right now.
Right on. All right, let's get in the legality, man. We won't waste any more time. We got some of the fellas here with us backstage. I'm not sure who else will be joining us. Utilize a link in the chat if you'd like to join the show. Keep in mind, man, I am not a financial expert, nor am I a financial advisor, right? So please seek the avenues to do so. You're not going to find it here. A lot of this is opinion. A lot of this is speculation. A whole bunch of it is entertainment, if you haven't guessed it already. We like getting together. We like talking about the stock, and that's really all there is to it, man. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind, any guests who come in a show, man, nobody here is a professional. So if you hear any opinions, speculation, TA, things like that, keep in mind, man, nobody here is a professional. We like getting together. We like talking about the stock, and that's really all there is to it, man. So let's dive into it, man. Let's not waste any more time here this evening. Chat, please give a warm welcome to none other than Travis the Stripper. Why are you so...
There was a period where I thought Travis was so close to getting out of this stuff. There was a period where he was like questioning some of the narratives of PP and the people around him, and he was looking like he was getting closer to realizing this was all bullshit and he needed to leave. And then I don't know what happened. At some point, he just snapped back into line, and he is one of the most consistent people still on the PP show now, and it's really sad.
Small. Travis, great to see you here this evening, man. It's always a pleasure. How you doing these days, my man?
Busy with work, busy with life, but doing well. Good to be here. Good to see you. Great news about Pulte and everything. Super happy for him. And if he's watching, man, congrats.
I think we found the only people in the country, nigh in the world. Well, no, there are adversaries who are probably happy Bill Pulte is now in charge of intelligence. We'll say in the country, some of the very few people that are positive about this Pulte news.
Congratulations. But PP, man, how you doing?
Good, man. I'm curious, what your thoughts are. Obviously, you were very close, same way I was with...
Pulte could 100% be bought out, by the way, in my opinion. Like, I think plenty of poor things about people, like, in various positions of power. But, like, for National Director of Intelligence, I don't generally think someone in that position would straight up sell out America for just, like, cash. Pulte 100% in my opinion would. Like if Russia or China or any geopolitical adversary rocked up to Pulte and said like, hey, you want $500 million and we'll give us some information, I 100% think he'd be like, yeah. I don't think he gives a shit.
Bill here, you know, obviously being one of the major kind of speakers here at the PP show. I mean, what are your thoughts, man? Like national intelligence. I mean, how does this happen exactly? And we also have Wally Buck, Alpha State backstage. We'll be pulling them in.
Green guy with a $3 tip says, I was trying to talk to my sister, but she thinks me as a guy cannot. Oh, no. She thinks me as a guy cannot be SA'd. Oh. I don't know if I want to read the rest of this, Green guy. This is like deeply personal stuff here. Oh. Wow. That's a messed up situation. She is not. That is not okay that she did. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That's terrible. She is wrong, for the record. And she needs to be confronted. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. That's not good, though. Your concerns are more than valid, and she is wrong. Holy shit, I'm so sorry.
Just one moment. But I want to hear from your own mind. I mean, this has to be like blowing your absolute fucking mind now. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
You don't have Green Guy blocked. You can't see his messages. They're tip messages, so only I can see them.
Oh man, that's a loaded question. Really cool. I mean, the director of national intelligence, is kind of head of the U.S. Intelligence Committee. That's National Security Council, Homeland Security, and like CIA, NSA. Like it's pretty.
It's 17
deal.
Agencies.
17. Jesus, I couldn't even name half of them.
Well, we'll look at them later. I have it ready, but
yeah, really cool. Super happy for him. I think he's. I definitely think he's the type of.
Just a peach with $1 says she's a very bad person in my opinion. In my opinion now too. And I think the opinions of many people in chat who only got half the message. So.
A genuine person that you could entrust with the type of information he's going to be handed.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of.
How did that happen? How did he get the position? Trump named him director of it in this bootleg tweet from Truth Social, because this is how we run the country now, on bootleg Twitter.
Going back and forth, you've been seeing it kind of, with certain people saying, he's not qualified.
The only thing helping you through this is one of the meme stock grift CEOs going to prison right now. Oh, yeah, the oil guy in, I think it's Texas. The oil guy in Texas. He's good. That was funny. Fenekagami says, Green guy, I personally have a male family member who was essayed by a childhood friend. I'm sorry you're dealing with bullshit. Yeah.
Things like that. I think he's overqualified if you ask me, man. We love Bill Pulte here at the BP show. All right, well, let's dive into it, man. We won't waste any more time because I do want to unpack what's going on with GameStop. There's some exciting stuff with GameStop. We'll circle around. We'll take a look at all this Bill Pulte stuff. There's a little bit of Q stuff involved too. That is all very interesting.
When he says Q, by the way, he means Q. He means QAnon. Remember when I used to be like, wow, this is just financial QAnon? They've just made it explicit.
Stuff. So with that being said, chat, we'll go ahead and bring in Wally Buck and Alpha State out here. Chat, please welcome Alpha State and also Wally Buck. All right, what's going on? We got Alpha State and also Wally. How we doing tonight, fellas?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. Yeah, great to hear from you, Alpha. What's going on?
Stop being a seer, Hannah. It's disconcerting. What'll scare you the most is I don't even verbalize the worst things I foresee coming because I'd sound like a crazy person. But those will probably be right, too. So at least I'm mentally prepared.
What's going on, Wally?
Hey, happy to be here with you guys. It's exciting week. Let's bring this to a close.
Excellent. All right, good stuff. Yeah, right on. All right, so we got our sound checks here. Where do you guys want to begin? Alpha State, I know you joined in here. Do you have anything specific maybe you wanted to cover before we dive into all this stuff? We're all ears if so, my man.
It was going to be kind of in line with the DNI, so I don't know what you have, on your schedule, but I do have. I could even share you a post that's on my profile. There's a quick video, but
yeah, why don't we start there? Why don't we take a quick look, because this is some exciting stuff. Again, Bill Pulte, one of the biggest people out there, supporters of not only
that Mario Fireflower hat is not agreeing with his green screen. I know this is not a big deal. It's bothering me though.
The PP show here, but also GameStop, right? Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, this is really a guy who has fought for the little guy for the longest time, right? So him being in.
Please don't take me serious, Harold Edelman. I do not have more insight into the future than anyone else.
National intelligence, I think, is the right move here, especially when we see like all the fraud happening, things like that. This fraud doesn't just happen in the U.S. alone. There's also a lot of foreign type of stuff happening at the same time too. So again, and some of his famous tweets, audit the DTCC, things like that. This is I mean, again, I think that
they really think Pulte is the champion of a common person. Yes, after he fucked their group over. Yep.
This is part of whatever plan that we've.
No lottery numbers you can suggest? 7. You can fill in the rest. Fennec Kagami says, remember when even the corrupt used to have national pride? Like, nationalism sucks, but it was nice when the powerful used to be invested in a version of our country being successful. Now they all seem to be trying to vulture pick it like hedge funds do when they buy a company. No war but class war. Hydrate, will do.
You've been seeing over the last couple years. But yes, take it away, Alpha State. If you want to share your screen, please feel free to do so. We'll approve it here.
Yeah, let's see. It's been a while since I see share screen here.
So you hit the little screen at the bottom with an up arrow that says share screen, and then you can tab the window, the one that you want to share.
Okay, I think it's can you verify that?
Yeah, like it will be backstage before it gets shared. So
I see.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
That vape hit.
Unless I have some permissions issue. I can even send you a link. It's just on my profile.
Yeah, if you
that, unless because that's true. Okay. Yeah. Tangent, but I think this is just my own speculation and opinion. So I'm probably wrong on this stuff. But again, like we're just kind of putting the pieces of the dot together. So how Pulte talked about the CFR, and this isn't really like off topic. I think this is all connected because. And maybe this whole thing was part of the plan to begin with to some extent. Those that follow Q know about what's called the Scaramucci model. And in fact...
the Scaramucci model? The guy that was part of Trump's cabinet for like a week in the first term? Phyllis Filler says, our PP in his Are PP and his orbiters cynical enough to say Pulte's great but not mean it just for the grift to try and get secondhand power and money from Pulte? PP is. It's going to vary depending on the other people on the PP show. Michael, I would say no. Michael's crazy. Travis, I would say no. Michael's... How do I put this? I'm not trying to be mean to Travis. Travis is... He's a follower in the PP group. Let me say it that way. He's no great leader of men, even amongst the PP crew. He kind of just follows PP. So I think he believes all this stuff, unironically. Oh, I just spilled a bunch of water on me. Cool.
Let me pull it while you guys look at that. So this is a quick 4.5-minute video. I highly recommend watching it because it puts everything into perspective about what's going on and why everyone's so pissed about this appointment with Bill Pulte. Because Bill Pulte here, you can see mentioned the Council on Foreign Relations directly. And the biggest question is, okay, well, why is everyone losing their fucking shit from...
Oh, shit, Trey, that sucks. You're in Vegas. Oh, fuck. That is in a place that is inhospitable to human life.
the shills to the politicians, pretty much everybody, right? Even
Yes.
from those on the right.
Las Vegas is a monument to the hubris of man.
And I think it goes a lot deeper. So I think this video puts it in good perspective, but it shows the connection between, and this is what explains the Jim Cramers of the world, the Gasparinos, the hedge funds connections, the intelligence, the blackmail networks. It's all connected. And the fact that Pulte is in charge of DNI oversees all of intelligence, like you guys were talking about.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of these people very nervous. So
They should be.
They should 100%, right? And
He's a fucking shark, man.
it's great. And one thing too, I guess I could just mention this really quick. Are you okay playing that video? It's from
Yeah. Let's go ahead and play it. And what you said, it's going to cover what you're basically trying to talk about. That's not a problem. We can play it
yeah,
here.
it's from the Y Files. I think it's a pretty popular YouTube channel, but this is just like
Sure.
a 4.5 minute section. So
Sure. I'll read this little snippet here. It says, now that Bill Pulte has been appointed acting director of national intelligence, it's worth examining the Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, and its extensive connections across multiple industries. This appointment has triggered intense backlash, not just because of the market implications, Virtue, BlackRock, JPM, Bank of America, etc.
Oh my god, they totally think he's gonna go and investigate all this shit for them. Oh, fuck!
Many retail investors recognize, but because it directly threatens the interests of major power players, intelligence consulting firms, media corporations, etc. Pulte's now positioned to oversee the entire U.S. intelligence community, I see with Donald Trump at the helm. Let's take a look at this 4.5 minute video, and let's see what's going on.
The Council on Foreign Relations, or CFR, has been described as the most powerful private organization in the United States. It influences every level of American
We've covered this show on Tinfoil Tuesday, by the way, that they're showing.
government, media, and academia. Its membership is full of power brokers, former presidents, secretaries of state, CIA directors, Federal Reserve chairs, and media billionaires. Some are also members of the Trilateral Commission. Others are also members of Bilderberg. A few are members of all three groups, including architects of the 2008 bailout. The Council's stated mission is to be a resource for understanding foreign policy.
The Council on Foreign Relations is an unbiased, unvarnished view of policy.
But its true purpose seems more profound. Shape American foreign policy in service of a one-world government. The CFR supports international bodies like the UN and the World Bank. It supports SDRs, or special drawing rights.
Do you think the UN is a world government, you fucking idiot? The UN is a place where countries can get together and discuss things diplomatically. It's not a global government, you moron. It doesn't even have any real power. Oh my fuck. Jellyfish, thanks for 165 stream streak.
SDRs are a universal currency.
IMF members have access to unconditional liquidity. Unconditional liquidity.
The CFR exists, the Trilateral Commission exists, and it's a, quote, conspiracy of ideas. This is an ideological battle. Some people believe in globalism, others of us believe in national sovereignty.
A conspiracy of ideas, aka there's people that disagree with me and they want to shape the world towards their beliefs and not mine. That's a conspiracy. That's just life. That's just people disagreeing with you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like Bilderberg and Trilateral, CFR promotes free trade that benefits multinational corporations. They push for military interventions that serve the interests of the military-industrial complex.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign.
These groups could easily lay the foundation that leads to world domination. But you can't win hearts and minds on a platform of world domination. The CFR's reach extends beyond politics. Its reach includes Hollywood. Movie stars can shape minds. A famous trusted face can help craft a narrative.
Tons of organizations have celebrity spokespeople. You are exhausting.
They'll use phrases like global.
Can I skip past this so they can talk about Pulte again? Because it's not Tinfoil Tuesday. I don't need that.
Very, very deep. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of the whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make everything in quotes politicized, so you can't have this conversation. But really, we all want the same
What the fuck are you talking about?
thing, pretty much across political lines. But this is all just an archetype.
Hey, fun fact, that's actually not true. People have very different political views on many, many things. Fundamentally, I would say yes, people want to be safe and have a comfortable life. Other than that, pretty much everyone has different opinions, and a lot of people's opinions is that other people shouldn't have that, but they should get it. So we gotta fight with those people. Sorry. Didless Filler says, Gary Allen, speechwriter for George Wallace, and spokesperson for the John Birch Society, was, the originator of the conspiracy that the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, income taxes, war profiteering, and central banking are all part of a New World Order conspiracy dedicated to the destruction of all national sovereignty. So a white supremacist. Lots of conspiracy theories have their origins in white supremacism. You ever notice that? I notice it. I notice it a lot.
So if you scroll down from that original post there, so we don't have to watch any of this stuff, but just kind of pointing out, if you want to click on that really quick. So, again, people are going to make this like political, but this isn't the issue. If you just connect the dots, again, the CFR is comprised of people from all political backgrounds, and it goes from intelligence to banks to consulting firms. It connects to media. It connects to everybody, right? And these are the organizations and groups that basically dictate the policies of the world. They have a lot of tremendous influence, not only in the U.S. government, but around the world as well. So again, Bill Pulte stepping in this role makes him very nervous. In fact, if you want to play that bottom right corner video, it's going to show you kind of, and it's only 30 seconds, but just understand the threat that he is making towards Donald Trump. And now, of course, Bill Pulte is going to be taking over the position of this. He's basically going to throw, not an accusation, but he's going to threaten Trump with using the intelligence agencies, which has been weaponized against him since 2016. Now that Pulte is in the position to basically take control, or at least be the superior over them, this is why that makes him very nervous. So just kind of listen to what Senator Chuck Schumer, and one thing to add with him is that Virtue Financial, this is why Bill Pulte brought it up, is that Virtue Financial donated to
I assume it's a different Gary Allen.
Clinton's campaign and Chuck Schumer's re-election campaign as well, on top of JP Morgan. And one thing I want to say on that, and why all this is connected and why it's so important, is because you guys know, and I know Michael knows this for sure too, is that Gary Gensler was the CFO of the Hillary Clinton campaign at that time when Virtue was donating to the Clinton campaign. Pretty much all of Virtue Financial employees donated to the Clintons. Not one of them donated.
Pulte donated to Trump.
To Donald Trump.
Many people in politics or in different areas donate to political, do you think that means they're not allowed to be a part of an organization? That's nuts.
And of course, the CFO.
Only politically neutral people are allowed to have jobs. Did you know that?
That was taken in and managing all this money for the Clinton campaign later became the SEC chair. So you already see conflict of interest. Effectively, the SEC chair.
That's not a conflict of interest.
Was taking in money from banks, who then was later to then regulate in the markets, much like Catherine Rumler of FINRA, who was the White House counsel during the time Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State and Obama was president. All that. It's kind of a big club. They're all involved in this stuff. And they just want to make sure everything just is.
Trump's cabinet is filled with his donors.
They all have access to the cookie jar. And I guess the final thing I'll say in that, because people ask the question, why hasn't anything been done? Well, because the FBI and the CIA have also been in the pockets of these people. So again, this is why
I find it funny that they think that all of the intelligence agencies are secretly working against Trump, but putting Pulte in is going to fix it? Pretty sure that wouldn't make sense, right? Anyway, all right. Maybe we've done enough of the PP show for today.
So, what agency is in charge of both?
Oh, Michael shows up, though. He's so crazy. He's so crazy.
But if we look, and I send you a link, you don't have to pull it up to show if you want to show it PP or not, but it really kind of Trump's there.
Which
You know,
one,
he
this one?
what he said, what Hungry Pawns is saying here, he says, I enjoyed ChatGPT's ability to make highly detailed infographics of DNI experience, background, and education. And of course, we can see what he's highlighting here is that Bill Pulte doesn't have the experience. But if you look at the two people on the far right, we have Dan Coates and James Clapper. Those two have
Benigami, I'm not sure. I think there was a typo in the first part, but you're basically saying political neutrality, like regular neutrality, doesn't really exist. How centrism isn't a real political position. I understand what you're saying. Yes. I'm saying in hypothetical. I am not positing that there are literally politically neutral people, except for the completely uninformed, I suppose. I was more saying that it seems like they are asking for a completely politically neutral person to exist to fill that position because they're unhappy with someone having a political opinion being in that position.
by far the most experience out of anybody that served in DNI within the last decade or two. What's interesting is that Dan Coates and James Clapper both committed treason. And not only...
Okay. That's enough of that for now. Oh boy. Want to hear how Marantz has been doing? He's going to go over what he's been doing this month, and you'll hear why it's a problem.
All right, guys. Good evening. I'm exhausted. Been working. For some of you guys that know, I study finance the best way I can, but it's May. It's June. It's that time of the year for me where I try to lose 1 pound a day for X amount of days in a row.
You cannot lose a pound a day unless you're like 600 pounds. At that point, when you have that much excess body fat, you can lose that much. But for someone of Marantz's size, to try and lose a pound a day for a month is A, virtually impossible, B, attempting to do so is incredibly dangerous and could kill you. What he is doing is he's not really losing weight in terms of fat, although there's some of that, I imagine. He's losing an insane amount of water weight. He is dehydrating himself like crazy. He is hiking up mountains in garbage bags, and he is rubbing stuff on his skin to make him sweat more. This is bad. You also do lose muscle doing this, yes. And by the way, he modified his goal from 30 pounds in a month to 50 pounds after this video.
I'm going for it right now. So some of you guys know what this does to my body. Some of you guys have never seen the transformation, but I'll lose 30 pounds in 30 days and I'll keep going. We'll see. But
and then you'll gain it all back because it was water weight.
Started at 255 2 days ago. And 253 today, yes, and I'm going to keep going, right? So just so that we're aware, 250 by the 25th. So I got 4 days to get there, but I have no problem. I ran 6 miles in the last 3 days, and then with the trash bag with my body, I got some stuff I put on my body right here. Here's what I do. Don't worry, we're going to talk finance in a minute. So that right there.
Albaline moisturizing cleanser for younger looking skin.
Albalone, whatever. It's a moisturizing cleanser. It's a makeup remover. It's all that. What it does is you put it on your body, it'll open up your pores and you'll sweat more. So yeah.
He is so fucking stupid. Marantz, sweating more doesn't make you lose weight, as in body fat. It just dehydrates you.
Yeah, your boy's going for it. All right, so let's talk about something, okay?
Okay, I just wanted to show you that for that. All right, here he is 2 days ago. Oh, he's not doing good. He sat down for a stream after his exercise routine. He literally still has on the water backpack that he wore to the hike. So we're gonna see how he's doing and how he feels. Fenikagami says, fun fact, you know the shredded look Hollywood made famous for the hot guy that's only acquired through dehydration. It's always temporary. I'm familiar.
I don't know if I'm actually even live right now. I am.
He sounds like he's doing great. Marantz might actually hurt himself.
Extremely exhausted.
Oh, I think him not taking off the backpack is very performative.
But I'm gonna show up right now.
By the way, the top comment is, you're not eating enough. You say you're working out every day and your body needs more fuel when you're working out. He's eating under 1,000 calories a day. Not to mention you're older, so you need your rest, so take days off. You could be hurting yourself more than benefiting from losing a few pounds, bro. His response was, keep it down, scrub.
I hit my goal on my weight loss journey
for his height, under 1,000 calories a day is like crazy. Yeah, I would agree. That's like eating disorder territory. That's nuts. Because I think Marantz, like I think he's close to 6 foot. I guess I don't know exactly how tall he is, but he's at least like 5'10", 5'11". Under 1,000 calories a day for him with all this excess exercise and being dehydrated. Terrible for him.
The 2-week mark. This is the 2-week mark right now, today. Every Wednesday, basically.
Also, his microphone's fucked up. Not sure what's going on with that. He should check that out.
And
Marantz, if you watch this, fix your microphone. It's got a weird buzzing. I don't know if a wire's loose.
I was supposed to lose 14 pounds in 14 days. And I'm down 16 in 14 days.
That's more than a pound a day. Most of that's water weight, I would imagine.
Very tough to do. My body's feeling it, but I got it down to 239 today. It was 110 degrees in the mountains. 110. I had on a trash bag. I had on a jacket. I had it all. I also had a pack of ice cold water that's now not cold water. But I'm very tired. I'm still eating less than 1,000 calories. Although, you know what? Today, I don't know. I had 2 cups of corn, like two amounts of corn.
Like, this is literally how people with eating disorders talk about their food. Like, you can portion. It's not wrong to portion your food, far from it. But the way he's talking about it, needing to be under 1,000,
And then
I don't like Marantz as a person. You guys know that. I'm open about that. I don't like Marantz as a person. I think he's delusional. I think he's hurting people in his audience, his family. But I don't want him to hurt himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's a human being.
Had some meatloaf, half a piece, a couple, a good portion for me. And I think I had like a cup full of this pasta salad. And that was just to put carbs in my body because I knew I was going to go burn them up the mountain. No fruit. I didn't eat any fruit today. Is this a food channel? Is this a weight loss channel? Or is this a damn finance channel? Oh my goodness. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth. No financial advice. I'm dead tired, guys. But there is some stuff I want to go over with you. GameStop. God, $20? Awesome. $22? Excited. I think I bought 3 shares today. I felt
agreed, Harold Elberman. He's going to go against anything anyone tells him.
Good. I said, let me get another one. Yeah, let me get another one. Let me get another one. But I don't buy them because I have excess cash or something like that. I really believe in the investment, but I just think that if I do it at my pace, my appetite, then I don't miss it. You know, if I go in and I splash, let's just say $500 a day for like a whole week, and I'm down 2,500 in my account, I would be like, man, what if something were to happen? Because, you know, life happens. But it's good.
Why did
Saving
he even stream?
so much money not eat.
Like, is he one of these people that thinks like suffering is like an achievement in and of itself? So he thinks by going on stream and showing people he's suffering, he's like aura farming, instead of thinking like, oh, this makes me look weird, and like this is not a good look.
Eating out. I haven't had fast food in 2 weeks. I haven't had
That's not even long.
fast food myself, like me ordering.
How often do you normally eat fast food where you're like, I haven't eaten fast food in 2 weeks, and that's like a brag? What the fuck?
In 2 weeks.
Like, are you getting fast food regularly, like every week or multiple times a week? That's a lot.
I've had a lot of food that my wife makes, and I just ration it to myself for like 3 days. Like that meatloaf she made, that'll be my dinner tonight. I won't be eating anything else. So it's pretty awesome. Did I have anything? Oh, you know what? I did have Dave and Buster's. I did have one of their pigs in a blanket. That was at the first week of the...
Finigagami says as he keeps going, Marantz is going to get more obsessed with the weight loss thing. The reason is his brain is going to hyper-focus on food because he's starving and a basic survival need isn't being met. He's going to lose interest in everything that isn't food. There are studies on this. If he doesn't quit, we're going to watch a spiral. Hopefully he'll just give up at the end of the month. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm yawning. I'm tired.
I can understand if you're, like, driving a bunch, fast food might be the only thing you can get. Like, if you're do it for work or whatever, I do understand that. There are circumstances where that makes sense. For Marantz, I don't think there's a reason he, like, why get that much fast food? I don't get it.
It's unbelievable my body's going through right now. What can we talk about? Well, one, the shorts are screwed. The short sell.
What shorts? What shorts? What is GameStop short interest right now? Like 20 or 30%, if that? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this information. Sorry, I'll keep this playing while I look.
Sellers of GameStop stock are going to owe billions and billions of dollars. I hope they have the collateral for this move. The shorts.
Oh my god, only 13. Seriously? Right now it says only 13% of GameStop shares are shorted. That is not a lot. To be clear, when the actual like big pump and dump happened back in 2021, the short interest was over 100%. It was like 130, 140%. It was a lot. It was a lot. Not a lot of shorts right now. Not a lot of shorts.
So they're going to triple down, quadruple down, whatever they do. GameStop's just going to keep producing more.
Marantz, when you dehydrate yourself into a mummy-esque husk, can I have your Mario plush?
I had somebody write me in the comments and tell me, Marantz, I can't hold much longer. I've held this long, and we have great earnings, and now it's, you know, it's nothing. And I was just like, no. If you can't hold, get the hell out of here. Okay. We'll buy your shares. It's that simple. We're not going to miss you. But you're going to miss yourself. Because you're going to...
What does that even mean?
We're not going to miss you. But you're going to miss yourself. Because you're going to, you know, you're going to fumble the bag and you're going to be mad at yourself. Because it's here, guys. It's absolutely here. We have 3 months of power packs. Full power packs.
Jesus, what is going on with his microphone?
It said, "Look at the screen." What does that mean? You sound like a machine gun. Oh, I don't know what that means.
Hey, Marantz, maybe that's a clue that something's going wrong with your audio. You're a streamer. You should know this.
Is this disclosure day? Mic is bad? Oh. Is that better? Can you guys tell me? I'm so sorry.
It's about the same.
It's just my cord. I'll let you guys tell me if it's better. I don't know. If it's not, I have another cord. Oh, thank you. Cool.
Green guy says, Hannah, you miss you, right? Depends on what version of me. The old me? Certainly not. That guy was an asshole. I'm still an asshole, but like, less of a dude, bro. And I think that's better.
I will never sell. Yeah. Sorry about the microphone, guys. I was just dead tired, dude.
Then don't stream.
Way to go, Marantz. Never stop moving forward. It's all good, and don't ever be too hard on yourself.
By the way, this is one of the reasons I don't stream on days where I have, like, a long work day, because I'd be on stream like this, and this isn't fun. Who wants to interact with this? This is just, like, depressing.
You live your life for you. Your love.
A prettier asshole? You have no idea.
Yeah, thank you, man. Doing my best. It's nothing
Hannah regrets what she just said on the bingo card.
For a mountain climber like you, Marantz. Let me tell you something, Tone. It's a 4-mile loop up this mountain. It's 1,000 feet high. It's really bad. I don't know what all that means. Your cortisol going to make you eat and bounce back.
Oh, I'm definitely not reading that one, green guy.
In a couple of weeks or a month. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. I just know I'm here to lose weight and kill it and take names. Okay, anyway, back to this infinite money glitch that GameStop's about to do. So GameStop's going to push the price up, but what I see happening in the future, so you can decide to sell or you can decide to get out and get out of my way, whatever. What I think I will see happen with GameStop is, I think GameStop's, after it acquires things, and the goals that it's trying to acquire.
I wasn't being down on myself. I was complimenting myself. What?
And it makes so much money like it has been. I think the next step would be the dividend. So I do anticipate dividends coming out one day for this stock, like I have in the past. And that's the infinite money glitch for us. We'll get a portion of these earnings, but let them do what they're going to do. They're raising capital. They're manipulating their own stock price, i.e. manufacturing this outcome.
I like when Marantz just literally claims that he thinks GameStop is doing market manipulation as if that wouldn't be illegal.
Making more money hand over fist than they've ever made. A small little company, but the cash is big. And if they never pay a dividend, okay, then what you'll see, because that's a taxable event, basically, what you will see, rather than a dividend, is continued share buybacks. Just in a loop. And it's going to pick the price up. It's going to push it up really well. $2 billion is going to be hard to mask, even on the short.
It's funny that he's simultaneously defending them, wanting them to vote for more dilution, but also pumping up the idea of share buybacks. These are literally opposite things to do, so... Which one do you think they should do, Marantz?
Short sellers are broke. I saw
I don't know about that one.
Another fund requests redemptions on sales. The private credit market is washed up. Their collateral is...
Can't read that one either, green guy.
An overstretched AI bubble.
Same problem.
It's going to pop, and when it does, GameStop rockets because they get margin called. They have to close their positions, and we'll be in a position to run. This is exactly what happened with Tesla. If you are not familiar with what happened with
Tesla is also incredibly overvalued and is a meme stock in its own right.
Tesla. Tesla was the most shorted stock, manipulated stock for about 13 years. And the
It absolutely was not.
thing with Tesla was once COVID hit, it triggered something when COVID tanked the market. Now, I know it recovered right back, but it didn't matter. It was already good night.
Oh, did it recover right back? Because I remember you and other Trump supporters complaining about Biden, like, during that period. Just checking. It's one of the main reasons you guys apparently elected Trump. At least that's what you were saying. So
It triggered. They lost collateral. Everyone panicked, and they all went long with Tesla. That's exactly what happened. They ran with it. Tesla got into the S&P 500, and then Tesla announced a split, and then Tesla just kept going and going and going. And it's to the point of no return right now, Tesla. But the equivalent of that was a good run. It went from like about $200 a share all the way to the equivalent of $6,000 a share. We're going to be in that range. But I'm going to show you something. Watch this. Hold on. It's not even cold, bro. I had ice in that backpack the whole time. Melted. The water and the ice melted. I gotta do something with my speaker cord. Let me know. Is it still messed up or is it good right there? I gotta know.
hydrate will do.
Just hit like a couple of hearts or something.
I don't have a backpack, unfortunately.
You guys put hearts in the chat, then I know. You know that little heart button? No, you put something else. I don't know. You guys put like smiley faces. There's the hearts, so it's good. Perfect.
Okay. I think we've had enough of this particular Marantz video. I just wanted to show you guys he's being very unhealthy with himself, and I hope he stops doing that. What else? What else? Let's do a Mikey's Money real quick. This kid. I feel bad for Mikey because in 2021, he was a minor. I think we figured out he'd be about 15 when the original GameStop run-up happened. And there's just been this incredible generational loss of knowledge in the domain. Because I'm thinking, like, real financial analysts are the top of this, right? Then you had Keith Gill come in, who had financial knowledge. He was a compliance officer at some sort of fund, I believe. So he did have actual financial knowledge, not as much as someone who actually went to school for it necessarily or whatever, but like he had financial knowledge. Then people started copying Keith Gill. These are the apes and stuff who followed him. These are people like that guy who used to face paint himself into like the blue lightning things, cosmic lightning warrior or whatever, Marantz rants, people like them, right? Far less knowledge about the markets to the point where they're making things up basically and doing conspiracy theories. This guy grew up watching them, so he's even another generation of degradation of, like, institutional knowledge divorced from that. So this kid is only vibes. He has no idea how the stock market works because he has only ever heard of it in relation to meme stocks. He doesn't even have a frame of reference to know how off base he is. So, anyway, let's see what he's talking about.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you are here tuning in today, you know damn well what I'm about to be talking about. And that is GameStop and AMC stock and why I believe we are about to squeeze harder than we have ever squeezed ever before. Have you guys ever heard about the boy who cried wolf? That dude is literally me. I'm calling for a GameStop and AMC stock squeeze. And
you know that you don't want to be the boy that cried wolf, right? Like that doesn't seem to make you reliable.
I may have been wrong about the time.
Yeah, that's not what the fable means, even a little bit. It's about not lying to people because then they won't believe you when you really need help.
I mean, many times. Because there's been like so much times over the past 2 years that it just felt like we were about to go parabolic. And yes, I may.
The red headband is a reference to Roaring Kitty. This guy, Keith Gill, he's the one that sort of was the centerpiece of the 2021 run-up. He was a social media figure, popular on the Wall Street Bets subreddit. He convinced a lot of people to get into GameStop, and it led to the run-up, pump and dump, basically, that happened in 2021.
May have been early, but I definitely am not wrong. And obviously,
being early is being wrong in the market. Markets are about timing. So if you're early, you're wrong.
see, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold. But all I gotta say is I put my money where my mouth is. That's why I really enjoy making these videos, because I'm talking about why I believe we are about to squeeze. Now, before I do get into this video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to go down and subscribe, because I do keep you guys updated on what is going on with GameStop and AMC stock. So after GameStop just released its best earnings in all of history, we got a 10% move to $23.77 and came back down to $22.27, where we...
That is actually quite funny. GameStop did release their earnings recently, and they weren't bad, but the price didn't really go up much. It went up some and then dropped back down because the stock is already overpriced. So even them successfully running, you know, a retail game store doesn't make the stock price go up because they're already overvalued. It's kind of funny.
Close today. Now there's 6.8 million shares traded, not too much volume as yesterday, but what I do like to see and what's really beautiful about this chart is after
Has he ever actually made money, or is it all buy and hold? He says buy and hold. He says he doesn't sell.
This breakout, you know, we were going to the downside, After this breakout, yes, we hit 23.77 and pulled back down, but we created what is called a bull flag. And a nice, I would call it a little cup in hand.
See you, James. Enjoy your chicken wings. Oh, that makes chicken wings sound really good. Am I going to get chicken wings for dinner? I was already going to go out and get stuff to make milkshakes, because Baha and I have both not had a homemade milkshake in a really long time. If the store I go to, I have the sauce for it too. Yeah, I just need to get some, like, chicken. Hell yeah.
Handle maybe, probably not. But we do have a nice bull flag. Guess what?
Yeah, chicken wing sauce. I use just, like, garlic parmesan sauce. I don't like spicy.
Outside of this trend line. And you're probably wondering, what the hell are these two lines doing right there, right? Well, let's just zoom out, because when you zoom out, you find out.
Also, I like boneless wings.
All right. Let's go to the weekly chart. Yeah, this weekly chart is...
Is the stock market just complex gambling? Yes.
Obscene.
Yeah, our entire civilization is run by gambling addicts on gambling. Did you know that? It's super fun and awesome, and I love it.
Guys. So this weekly chart, ever since Roaring Kitty has came back on June 7th is when this trend started happening. Here on June 7th of 2024, when Roaring Kitty went live one day before his birthday, which is June 8th, coming up on Monday. But since Roaring Kitty on June 7th have posted this, went live, and, you know, GameStop went crazy. It did drop 40% that day. But since that day, we have been inside this triangle with pressure building up and the on-balance volume, which is here at the bottom of the screen, at all-time highs. Not even after the squeeze of 2021, when we went to $500 a frickin' share and they made a movie about it, was the on-balance volume.
That movie sucked. I own it.
Volume higher than it is right now, which means ever since we've been consolidating at this $20 level, retail investors like you and I have been buying GameStop more than ever before. So it kind of makes you wonder, if we're buying so much shares, more than we have ever bought before, why is the price still trading at the same price at
See what I mean? See what I mean? Like, this kid is all about cheerleading the stock by saying hype-sounding words, but he doesn't even understand, like, price discovery on fucking stocks. Like, he doesn't understand, how are we trading with so much volume, but we're trading sideways? Like, what do you mean?
$22.27. Literally where we have been trading for 5 years, guys. For 5 years. And guess what? After a surprise earnings that Ryan Cohen dropped on June 2nd, a little early birthday present for Roaring Kitty for all we know, it was looking so bearish here at $20. The bears are saying 17. It's going down to 17, buddy. There's a gap to fill. We're going down to 17.
You don't see a trend or anything good. You just see it saying stable until GME just dies. They're kind of like a zombie company is how I've heard other people describe it, and I think it's an apt metaphor. Like, their business model is outdated, and there's not really growth potential there, but they have enough money on hand, and they've stabilized themselves enough as a business by cutting, like, really poorly performing stores that they can just kind of shamble along for years, if not decades, unless they do something really stupid, like buy eBay or something like that. So they could just kind of shamble along. I don't think that's what Ryan Cohen wants, because he's bored and he wants to buy another company to play with like a toy. I don't know.
Is what they said.
Right now, what's helping them, though, is the big trading card speculation boom. Once this particular cycle of that dies down, they're in trouble again, I think. Terradona says it's a huge fund VC corp with a retail veneer. They haven't really done anything very good VC, if that's their intent.
Especially because
except make a nonsense offer to eBay?
After this whole triangle.
Buy T-bills? Which is like, anyone can buy T-bills? I don't know.
We broke down once again. Just like we did back here, and we did back here, where Ryan Cohen was buying. We broke down one last time. Freaking Ryan Cohen releases the best earnings GameStop has ever had in history. And they're doing a 2 billion share buyback, which is bullish.
They re-upped an authorization to do share buybacks that already existed that they have not executed. So this is not the guarantee of share buybacks. This is just re-upping something that they already could have done, but have not. Considering they are asking people to vote to dilute the shares, I don't think they're particularly interested in buying back shares right now. But who knows? I think dilution is far more likely.
You want to talk about bullish? That's bullish. And just so you guys know, majority of gaps get filled. You know, like when Ryan Cohen bought, there was a gap here at around $21.25, and that got filled when we crashed back down. But I hope you guys know, not all gaps get filled, and it's not guaranteed that gaps get filled. So, like I said, none of this is financial advice. I do believe it's possible we could test here at like around $21.80, maybe, in the morning. But I don't believe we are breaking back below $20. Not after this crazy earnings. Not after freaking GameStop breaking out of this triangle. Not after GameStop holding that middle daily Bollinger Band, closing above it, opening and closing above it at $22.27, holding this level. It looks like the bullish confirmation is in, and it looks like over the next couple of weeks we may just see GameStop squeeze harder than it has ever squeezed before. And that's just my opinion.
He says this every video, by the way. He makes like the same predictions every video, that it's just about to shoot up.
That's what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong, After not making videos of 3 months, I came back around here around April 20th, just days before the eBay announcement, and we popped to 30. And then
Is he going to say it's a cat?
we got boned. But guess what? I'm here to let you guys know the motto that I buy the freaking dip. On balance volume at all-time highs, bullish RSI divergence, best earnings ever, breaks across the triangle that has been forming ever since Roaring Kitties came out, finally breaks out, and we're looking to go back up just days after May ends. And guess what May was for this year? Let's take off the
Resting Stitch Face, thank you for a 50 stream streak, says very reminiscent of apocalyptic Christians saying the end times are near. Yeah.
OBV and the RSI. The month of May was a freaking bear trap, guys, that Ryan Cohen, Michael Burry, and Roaring Kitty planned. Look at this. They have a target price of $14 to $15.
Yeah.
$14 to $15. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Do you guys really believe that this diamond top is going to send us to 14 to 15 bucks with what
I think that would be closer to an appropriate valuation of GameStop as it currently exists.
has happened over the past month? I don't think so. And that's what I think Roaring Kitty posted. Bear beware. You're in for a scare. Because after this month, the month of May, bears were so confident that we were going to $17. They're so confident.
He's projecting this onto a group of hypothetical short sellers?
And then, out of nowhere, Ryan Cohen drops a surprise. Surprise, motherfricker. GameStop is the most profitable business in the whole freaking stock market. Yes.
You think that GameStop is the most profitable stock in the stock market? Like the company is the most profitable company in the stock market? Like, are you just saying words that you think sound good? Because that's objectively very untrue. Like, do I need to explain, chat, that GameStop is not the most profitable company in the stock market? Very far from it.
GameStop, a retail company, is more profitable than the majority of businesses in the S&P 500. GameStop, a retail company. What? How does that make sense?
Do you want to compare their revenues or their future speculative value? Because those companies almost certainly have forward-looking, sorry, what's it called? I'm blanking. Anyway, they have business plans. Ryan Cohen doesn't.
There's no way that GameStop's gonna buy a $50 billion dollar company when they only have $10 billion market cap.
Prospectus or perspective, yes.
There's no way. Or is there? Or is there a way? This is definitely gonna be a longer video, guys, because I want to talk about AMC. Up 7% at $1.96. I mean, how insane is this, guys?
It's down 99.9% from its high.
AMC at $1.96 from a low of 90 cents back here in the beginning of April. Now we're
it's easier to swing by bigger percentage points when the price is low because of the nature of numbers.
Sitting at $1.96. And throughout the whole day, AMC was doing nothing all the way up until this 5-minute 5% candle within 5 minutes. And it continued to rise from low of $1.82 to $2. And that is because someone who has a huge pair of balls bought $500,000 in AMC calls, July 17th AMC calls. So the AMC $2 calls expiring on July 17th, someone bought 500,000 of them, and those calls popped up almost over 100% today. AMC. Do you guys realize what I'm talking about here? I mean, it's so crazy that, you know, we're averaging 1,000 to 2,000 people on this channel. Because it could be like the boy that cried wolf.
Is this a numeracy crisis? We're in a crisis. It's a crisis of too many crises. I don't know really where to start. So I'm just gonna freeze and spend the rest of my life wondering why things keep getting worse.
But for those still watching, and thank you guys so much for still tuning in every day, AMC and GameStop are literally about to shock the whole world. And I just love that I have the opportunity to just be looking at this and talking about it and investing in it before it actually happens. I actually thank Lord every day that I'm able to invest in these companies. This guy said Ryan Cohen has been silent on X this week after posting the surprise early GameStop earnings on X. The 425s have stopped. I expect a strategic 13D to be filed Friday or Monday post-market as GME increased their exposure to eBay. 13 days to the eBay annual owners meeting. Now, go follow me on X. I, like to post stuff that Roaring Kitty posted 5 years ago.
What a pitch. Follow me on Twitter. I post reposts from 5 years ago. Please follow me.
And I made this post on X. Make sure to go follow me on X if you want to go see this post from Roaring Kitty. Now, under here...
Just a Peach says he needs to go back to 5th grade and take math. Yeah.
Your average ape commented this, and it actually freaking blew my mind. So if we go back to the Roaring Kitty Time You Cover post, he posted this on December 5th, 2024, and on the computer it says 109/420. We'll end the video off with some tinfoil hat theory, guys, but 109/420 is what Roaring Kitty posted. 109 is 69 seconds. 420 is 260 seconds. 69/260. 6926, which is a date. And at this point, guys, I hate giving dates because you just never know and anything could happen. But holy...
The internet gave this child delusions. Luckily, that would never happen to me.
Holy shiz, this is the best tin I've ever seen in my life, and I do not know why I'm barely seeing this. Shout out to Freco88. If you're watching this video, you have literally just cracked the code, because I really believe this is correct. And just the fact that 6ix9ine has fallen on the weekend, like for the past couple years, 6ix9ine falls on Tuesday next week. And guess what? Monday is Roaring Kitty's birthday. So we have Roaring Kitty's birthday on Monday. We have 6ix9ine on Tuesday. And Roaring Kitty posted this on 6/9/2024. This was Roaring Kitty's post that has 11 million views. Now that's crazy, right? Well, it gets even crazier. Pulte, which Bill Pulte, who loves GameStop and is with Ryan
He definitely really loves it, guys. He wasn't trying to use meme stalkers.
Cohen, posted this on May 30th.
What point is he trying to make? We're going to the moon!
31st of
We're going to the moon.
2024 after GameStop's crazy price action. Bill Pulte is now the acting director of national intelligence. He got put to this position on Monday by Donald Trump himself, who posted the wild card. Bill Pulte posted this on May 31st of 2024, the month that we
He thinks Trump is involved in the meme stock stuff.
Squeezed 2 years ago.
Not an uncommon belief.
GameStop. And now he is the director of national intelligence, which is the guy that likes to uncover the corruptness. And if this guy, if his first task is freaking looking at naked shorting and how GameStop is being suppressed, After releasing its best earnings, it's only up 5%, getting pushed down?
Because it's already priced in, because the stock is overpriced. Green guy says, Hannah, you seem so into it. What? This? It's interesting.
Something is wrong here.
Or do you mean the internet?
Here, guys. Something is wrong, and we
The internet, I have conflicted feelings on.
may have been early, but I definitely am not wrong. Do you think the US government and Donald Trump should invest into GameStop?
The U.S. government. The U.S. government. You want the U.S. government to buy GameStop? If the U.S. government buys GameStop, do we have to cancel the show? Like, do we just admit nothing funnier is ever going to happen with meme stocks? We just gotta end it. Like, I feel like that's the climax, right?
Who wants to see this happen? We got Donald Trump, Pulte, who loves GameStop, and Ryan Cohen himself. I mean, guys, this is free money. This is freaking free money. But please, before you invest into any stocks, trust me on this. Trust me on this. Only invest what you're willing to lose, unless you want to YOLO like me and just freaking boom, boom, boom. Like, you might not be as confident as me. That's why I'm literally YOLOing into GameStop right now and AMC. But with what I've been looking at over the past month, everybody I talk to...
Green Guy says, is the internet your bitch, or are you the internet's bitch? Kinda both. Kinda both.
Who thinks I am literally crazy, and I could be. You know, I might be a little crazy. But with what's just been happening over the past couple of days, I really do believe we are getting close. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did make it to the end of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what the hell are you guys doing? Make sure to go down and subscribe. This was a little bit of a longer video and it's going to be out late tonight. Hopefully you guys tune in over the next day, because I feel like I covered a lot of interesting topics in GameStop. Some of it was tinfoil hat theory, but I mean, we have a huge bull flag that has formed on GameStop. AMC just popped back up to $2, and I wouldn't doubt if we start getting these explosive moves, especially that June 9th of 2026 is only 3 trading days away. But I will keep you guys updated on what happens with GameStop and AMC stocks, so make sure to stay tuned on my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. As y'all know, I'm buying the dip.
Here we go. Come on, push it. Buying the dip.
Oh, I hope something happens, that he realizes he's wasting his time. That poor kid. Jesus.
All right, guys, cooking carne asada tonight, but or maybe we won't. Let's talk GameStop and let's talk what GameStop's master plan is. Yeah, I wasn't live today. I get it, because I was up there.
Green Guy says, stop ordering cookies. I don't know what that means. Is that an internet joke? Because cookies?
Grinding on the mountains, losing that weight. Don't worry, I'm hitting my marks. Let's see what we have with GameStop. How can I break this down to you for everyone to understand? We're going to start at the beginning, okay? So first, GameStop, great company, being told by everyone that they're never going to make it. The whole world called them bankrupt, said they're a terrible company, they're bankrupt, and they're closing stores, they're losing revenue, all of the above. Like, that's the narrative that they want to paint in the media. Whomever, I don't know who wants to...
I've not heard anyone say anything about a GameStop bankruptcy in years in the media, because they successfully deluded apes and others into buying up the stock and pumping the price. Or not pumping the price, rather, getting them like $9 billion in cash.
To paint it this way, why they do it this way. But the very particular thing
I think people have pointed out the retail business model they have is outdated and not in a growth state, but it's in a state of contraction.
GameStop is that no one covers the stock. So there's not one single stock analyst in the world that covers GameStop. There was one before.
Why would you? It's completely unanalyzable. It's completely irrational. So how could you ever do an effective analysis? You just can't.
And the one guy that did, he was wrong for 100 years and still wrong today. And it's all based off the idea that people are paid to promote stocks and to cover them, to give them coverage so that it'll bring a shining light to the company. Nobody,
like Ryan Cohen's recent article, and I think Barron's, that just sucked his cock.
wants that for GameStop because GameStop doesn't give out forward guidance. So if they're not playing the game of Wall Street, people don't want to play back with them. So they said, you know what, maybe your stock will never move. Then let's see how you feel about that. And it doesn't matter because GameStop executives buy more shares. The public buys more shares. There's just so many things that the public does when it comes to GameStop. So I'm trying to give you guys the whole background because then you're going to understand what's happening today. So for about 5 years now, GameStop has not moved. I mean, they've had their ups and downs here and there, but they haven't moved at all. I mean, this thing is solid straight line where it's at, sideways, and yet the whole market's been going up, 100x. But GameStop's not in the market. GameStop's not in the S&P.
GameStop is in the market.
500. GameStop's not in the NASDAQ 100. So they shouldn't.
They don't deserve to be.
Move with the market anyway, right? Okay, cool.
That's not necessarily how that works. Just because a company isn't in the S&P or one of the other indexes doesn't mean that its price movements might not correlate to stocks in those indexes if it's something to do with the market that affects all parties. Like tariffs, for instance, for all retail business, whether or not they're in the S&P or not, are probably going to be affected by tariffs, right? So that's going to affect their stock prices. There could be underlying conditions that exist both for stocks in those indexes and without that affect them similarly.
Now that GameStop has billions and billions of dollars under their belt, how did they get it? Well, one, $5 billion.
You guys gave it to them.
They do have because they raised money while the stock was high, and they sold shares. They offered them to the public, and they raised capital. But it seemed to do it like really periodically, and the way they did it was it sounded like they already had investors ready for the shares themselves because they closed their ATMs faster than anyone I've seen ever. And I'm talking about I've been watching people do this all damn for the last decade, and they closed it the fastest. Every day they would announce it. By Friday they would close it. Other companies don't do that. I just want you to know that part. So that means GameStop has investors. Cool. That was a good sign to see. But they raised $5 billion after the fact. It was like around 4.6. Then came GameStop's bond offerings. So they ended up becoming positive company, positive on revenue. And since they were positive annually on the trailing 12, officially, they started doing bond offerings. When they did these bond offerings, they were at 0% coupon. Now, for those of you that don't know Wall Street or know financial talk, that means 0% interest. They actually lent out, they got on bond about 4.5, I'd say another 4.5, somewhere in that range, $1 billion. By doing it that way, GameStop now has additional investors, and then they issued warrants. The warrants themselves increased everyone's ownership by 10%, and so that was a sweet spot to be in for now. So GameStop's sitting there with around $10 billion of optionality, no loan facility, so that means no covenants. They had nothing holding them back from what they do with their cash, or what they could do. And you know what they did for these last 5 years? Absolutely nothing. They actually sat on the cash for 5 years, collecting interest, cleaning up the sheet.
That's bad if you know what opportunity cost is.
Cleaning up the company. That balance sheet that they have is the most profitable.
The market's been climbing for a while, Marantz. Do you know they could have used that money to make more money and not just on T-bills?
Thing ever, because they have zero cash burn. That's a big thing when you're thinking about how you're going to even out GameStop. But now you start thinking GameStop like what they've done throughout these last 5 years, forming partnerships with PSA, doing a backdoor deal with eBay, yes, indirectly. Then that's via Power Packs. If you get
backdoor deal. Okay, I'm going to pick a different video. This one isn't that interesting. Hydrate. Will do.
We're going to see how long this allows me to film because it is 110 degrees today. I am in full battle rattle, trash bags on, shirt, everything's on. and I'm here to grind. I have a backpack full of ice water. That's not gonna matter. It's about to be real. So let's walk and let's talk. So this is the start of the bump and grind. I tell you right now, it's very hard. Certainly in this heat, certainly in the outfit I'm wearing. That is the bump and grind trail. But let's talk while we go up the mountain. To go up this mountain, guys, very steep. It'll break you off if you're not prepared. But we will go up over 1,000 feet, and we're gonna get there. So let's talk. One thing I know is I have these investments that I make.
He's hiking in 110-degree weather with a garbage bag on, with a jacket on top of the garbage bag. Yes.
In my life, and whether it be my wife or my career.
Alone, also, by the way. Alone. This isn't a live stream. This is a recorded video, so he could, like, pass out on this trail from dehydration. No one would know for a while. Why a garbage bag? To make him sweat. He's trying to overheat himself so he sweats a bunch, because he doesn't understand that losing water weight doesn't mean anything.
Career or in my brokerage account. You know, I have the same thought process and the mindset. And it's changed over all these years. The thought process initially was get rich quick, right? Find a wife that's banging, beautiful, and let's win the lottery.
Pretty sure he was already married when this stuff started.
You know, that's how your thought is when you're young. And whether you have a good career going.
Bitter grins as I feel like most hiking trails in my city shut down at temperatures that high. There's always a few idiots who need to be rescued, though.
Or not. You know,
What does the ice water in the backpack achieve? There's a tube. He's drinking it. It's like a backpack full of water that you can drink. I don't think he's drinking enough.
I used to sell advertising.
And he unironically might sweat more than there is liquid in that bag during this hike, doing what he's doing.
And I was 24 years old, fresh out the army. And one of my first checks was $15,000.
Okay, before we hear how he irresponsibly spent that $15,000 likely, I have to pee, unfortunately, so I'll be back in just a sec. While I'm gone, Cher will tell you about Under the Skin. This actually isn't, like, I don't think a super well remembered or known movie, but it's like a pretty good low-budget sci-fi movie. I would check it out. Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson. Be right back.
In commission in a 2-week period. It was absolutely phenomenal. I should have, at the time, realized that we were heading towards a housing crisis. The economy was going to shit. And if I would have saved every dollar I made that year...
Green guy says my chair sucks. That's not very nice.
I could have bought a house cash just a year later.
Oops, sorry.
But those are the things that I didn't understand then, what I do now. Cool. We all know these cycles. We also know that Warren Buffett has lived in about 70 years of investing, so he understands the cycles too, and when to capitalize and when to focus. So there's no way my phone is going to last, because I can feel the heat on it already. So
oh, good. So you're not going to have a phone on top of being out here alone in the hot heat, wearing a garbage bag, wearing a jacket, dehydrating yourself, not eating. Great. Cool, 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 cool.
It's gonna shut off in a minute. Sorry, guys. It's just too hot, and it's glass. Anyway, here's how it goes down. I've grown throughout all my years, and I make this investment into a company called GameStop. This company called GameStop is not the company that's portrayed by media, portrayed by YouTubers, TikTokers, Reddit, Twitter. No one really knows what GameStop is until I tell them. And I tell them things, and people will take the time to go look them up, and they'll be like, oh, you're correct. But even though you're correct, it doesn't matter, because the stock price doesn't reflect what the outcome is. Or what the perceived outcome.
I'm not wrong. Everyone else is wrong.
Should be, would be, could be. In our case, guys, I have a lot of doubters that say, hey, GameStop, shouldn't you be trading 10x where you're at today? You just had the greatest earnings report ever, the history of the company, and you have tons of cash, optionality.
Yeah, the price is overinflated as it is, so having a good quarter doesn't really matter because it's already priced in, because it's already overinflated.
And so many moving parts between Bitcoin,
I
eBay.
think he would get very mad if he heard me say that, but it's like objectively true.
Power packs. Manipulated stock. There's just so much in the realm of every dollar I put in, is it at risk? Then you go look at the market, and the market's up and to the right on so many risky things to invest in. Even though they're winning and they're up and you're not, people would lead you to think that you should take out your money and or give up or lose.
Is this just a cope hike?
I'm going to talk to you guys about conviction and how it all makes sense.
That's how you know when things aren't going well for the stock, when Marantz starts focusing on conviction, unwavering conviction.
I've watched a couple of companies show marginal improvements, or I've seen companies not have any improvements, just debt on the sheet, and they're in a sector that's growing, so it doesn't matter.
Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't GameStop borrow like $3 or $4 billion to like buy Bitcoin or something stupid? And they're like super underwater on the Bitcoin they bought because they bought it at the top when it was like 110 to 120,000 per Bitcoin, but now it's down to like 60,000 per Bitcoin. Because that'd be a big loss, right? That's a huge loss. It's Not locked in yet if they haven't sold, but still, an unrealized loss still isn't good.
Like, you know, tech sector or AI, semiconductor. But those companies aren't run properly, and yet they're still given valuation, and everyone's behind them. Remember, when everyone's on one side of the table,
I also don't want to read that one, green guy, for different reasons.
you should be very scared. Not for them, but you should be very scared for you. You should be very scared that you're the Lone Ranger. There's a fear.
That's a disturbing amount of people also, green guy. Holy shit. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
There's a second guessing. There's a, oh man, am I doing the right thing? All that matters. Doesn't matter to me, but it matters to some people, most people. I'm a little different.
Oh, nice, Lady Ann.
Because when I think about GameStop, I think about logic and the lack of logic that people are not attributing to the valuation of a moving target. GameStop has improved fundamentals. It's just massive, right? Hundreds and hundreds of percent of increase on the bulk of their fundamentals. And they're giving no valuation for it. It's just flat.
Again, because the stock was already overpriced. It's not gonna go up because it's already overpriced, even if it's a functional retail business.
If Wall Street wants me to believe that there's still skepticism and those results, I'd have to be a fool.
Can you imagine if Marantz was a fool? What a world that would be.
I'd have to be a fool to believe that. It's as if you're like waiting for your girlfriend to cheat on you, knowing damn well she never will.
What? What weird projection is happening in this metaphor? Sorry, simile. He said like.
Love. I'm in love. I'm in love with the company. I'm in love with the stock. I'm in love with the outcome.
He's in love with the company.
And hey, by the way, this is really hard terrain to climb up.
I think I found something sadder than people falling in love with AI chatbots.
Very hard. I don't think the camera does it justice. How difficult this is, the incline. But I'm doing it anyway. So, this is why.
Sorry, I think this is the part where Marantz wants us to clap for him.
I never lose when it comes to GameStop. Because I do this mountain every day. Literally every day. And as I climb up it, it's a mine. It's a mind fuck. Every time I go around a corner, I'm like, oh, there's the horizon. That's the top. And you can just keep going and it's never the top. It never happens. Well, same thing with GameStop. It never happens. 5 years of buying and no outcome, favorable. People think that's a
Yeah, I'm not going to read that one either, green guy.
Story.
Probably save your money. I think you're in a mood where I'm probably not going to read most of these messages, just so you know.
But it's not. This is a mountain and a path that I only saw one car down there right now. Meaning if I were to pass out, no one would find me. Because no one's coming up here in 110 degrees. And they sure as hell can't carry my 240 pounds. 239. I did lose 16 pounds in the last 14 days. Today's day 15. We'll see where I weigh in when I get home. But back to the GameStop story. You mean to tell me GameStop has increased over the last 12 quarters? I would even say 10 quarters. I'm just being safe when I make this proclamation. GameStop has increased every metric, certainly the one that matters, which is way up there on the mountain. I just heard something. Doesn't matter. Earnings. You mean to tell me...
Turns into a found footage horror movie and he gets attacked by the Bagul.
Earnings for GameStop is in the positive for like 10 quarters in a row now. But it's not just like $6 million positive. This quarter alone was 389. They're scheduled to have over $1 billion of profit. And that's a status quo. That's not even counting Grand Theft Auto 6, the impact that'll have.
Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't having a physical release on release, you dingus. You don't know that? You don't know that and you're invested in a video game retailer? Good God. Yeah, for those who don't know, GameStop is not releasing GTA 6 on disc at first. It's all going to be digital. And then at a later point, they're going to do a physical release. So most people will be buying it digitally.
That's not counting power packs year round.
Including me!
And the impact that'll have.
It's actually funny, when GTA 5 came out, I literally waited in line at GameStop at midnight for it. Because it was a disc for my Xbox 360. And here I am, over a decade later, just gonna download the thing and play it at midnight whenever it comes out. Glad I get to excise GameStop from my experience.
Because you've never had that. So there's no measurement. You have nothing to measure against. There's no benchmark. So this is our benchmark year.
Goat Simulator did that near us, Crow Hill. They released Goat Simulator 3, even though there's no Goat Simulator 2.
Then we get to improve next year off of that number. So execution is going to be on our side when it comes to this investment. Now there's more mountains out there that I have to climb. It takes about another mile to get back up. So this is a relaxing part of the trend of the trail. Oh man, that was a hard one right there. Certainly this heat. Anyway, you're telling me that this investment is not the greatest, or that it's not going to produce the greatest impact in numbers you've ever seen?
Correct.
I'm going to call it a lie. I'm going to go with Ryan Cohen. I'm going to go with Larry Ching. I'm going to go with Alan Adel. I'm going to go with you, the people.
Okay, you're going to end up going with a bankruptcy attorney if you do this long enough.
So many people have been buying GameStop for half a decade because they know what's about to happen. They understand the numbers, and there's things cracking. You know, today it was announced by one of these institutions. I gotta remember, PIMCO. So PIMCO is a private
Nemesaur, thank you so much for gifting 10 tier 1 subs.
equity firm.
Hey, we're at 69. We're at 69 subs for the month.
And PIMCO comes out and says, hey, this is their chief investment officer. He said, hey man, the levees are open. The credit markets are defaulting for the first time at the greatest rate, at a greater rate than we predicted. Meaning we have a systemic issue. There will be contagion. You will find out what they've been leveraged against for so long. And it might not just be GameStop, but from what I've been studying for the last, half a decade, five plus years, is that GameStop's the only company that hasn't increased in value, yet their fundamentals have 10x'd.
Again, it was already priced in. The company is currently overvalued. Mr. Blast, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs, almost kicking off a hype train.
They went from making $6 million a year to now having a trailing 12 of $751 million. That is a phenomenal number. And it's not that they did it in one fell swoop. It wasn't like they just did it in one quarter. It took years for that to produce itself. So
Quasispec, thanks for 1,000 bits and kicking off a hype train. If you want to help out the hype train and support the channel, you can always use bits or subs.
if years is
What's he rambling about now? He's upset that despite their most recent quarter being not too bad, actually pretty good for them, that the price is still pretty much trading sideways. Why no MOAS?
anything, it's called a trend. We now have a trend. The trend is your friend. So we have a trend.
It rhymes, so that checks out.
To the upside, yet the stock has not appreciated in value from those days to now.
Green guy says, what is the tip goal? I hope you read me. I'll read that one. That's fine. I think your wife actually helped come up with it. It's me reading Alice in Wonderland on stream. It'll be kind of a chill series of streams where I read you guys Alice in Wonderland, my favorite book.
So GameStop has done a lot of things to insulate itself for the next big move up. It's set up warrants. It's given itself some share accumulation and distribution. So $2 billion to accumulate shares, an additional 2.5 billion shares to distribute, or up to that amount. Those are big numbers. Those are lofty numbers. The share buyback is a free buyback, guys. Yes, I get it. They can only buy X amount of shares a day based off of the volume of the last 4 weeks. And if that's the case, then GameStop's going to be buying back shares for this next whole quarter.
I don't believe they're going to do that. If they do, that's good for Marantz, I suppose.
Up until earnings again.
I don't think they will.
And they produce a killer number. Then they get to do more with more cash and more totals and more eBay. I told you Ryan Cohen accelerated the earnings a week early so that his window can open. So if he personally buys back shares, and or if GameStop starts buying back shares now at this price of $20, $22, the pressure from GameStop of buying back shares is going to triple down for shorts. Shorts are going to come through and they're not going to know what
Again,
to do.
there's a very low short interest on GameStop right now.
Basically, because at that level, you'd be shorting. It's like you're basically calling your own death. You're going to short this stock that's making more money and projected to make more money. And
if it's overpriced,
they're just going to keep going up in value. Where do you think your short's going to go? A short is one thing, to manipulate the stock price down for the short term.
Oh my god, it's not manipulation. Don't frame short selling as manipulation. If short selling is manipulation, then buying stock is manipulation.
But in the long term, you're losing.
Normal Gamer Gal, thanks for 32 months, says it's hard to watch someone do everything I was taught not to do when hiking, but I guess it makes sense with his decision-making skills. Yeah. Narcissists make bad decisions and don't seek out knowledge from others.
And where are you?
40% to level 5 on the hype train. Minute and a half left.
Going to close out at? I mean, do you know what the risk is? It's infinite. The risk is infinite on a short.
Green Guy says, so you hate my tips? No, just need to keep it appropriate.
And for us to invest money into GameStop, we're risking nothing. The bumper is the cash. And our cash just increased even more. So we're at $9.7 billion. Market cap can't go below that. That's a $20 share, $21 share. And we're buying back shares. I mean, if we're buying them back at these low levels, we borrowed money at 30. We're buying them back at 20. That's awesome. So that's the way it's happening. My point of this whole video is to have conviction past the ignorance of the media and the market.
The world needs another Sume. I don't know about that. I don't think that's true.
The market doesn't matter to me. That media doesn't matter to me. My conviction is in the process. I am the process. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. But just like these mountains that I navigate, there's high and low points. It doesn't matter. I'm still climbing. I'm still trying to get to where I need to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me go hit this mountain in peace. I'll see you around, millionaires. Let's go.
I can't believe he's so endangering himself. Stop, Marantz, please. Thanks for the hype train, everyone. Appreciate you. Is there anything else I wanted to watch today? What was this one? That was his water bottle thing, backpack thing. Hungry for eBay.
Whole suit on, and I go hit it. It's 100 degrees outside. So I did about 4 miles today. 3.6 miles. That's what I did. And ran a little, not too much. Walked a lot. Talked. Thought. Did all of the above. Well, welcome back.
Green guy says he says shorts, I think of paints. I don't know enough about paint to get it. Oh, do we need to check in on Ape Father before we go? Because we are probably about done for the day. But I did pull up Ape Father. I think he got catfished again. Surprise.
Ape Father, gonna go take a nice shower, relax here, forget about it, unwind, make some videos, and
Ape Father is doing the thing you should never do on the internet. He's kind of Chris Channing himself in that he is open and constantly talking about how people are tricking him and catfishing him online, which causes more people to see him as an easy mark, so they message him and catfish him either for money or because they think it's funny. It's fucked up. It's not good. He's making bad decisions.
we'll talk about a few issues. The issue at hand that everyone is very
welcome. Glad you can make a live stream.
Confused about.
And there's a tip about Marantz. Let me see. Maybe his wife is trying for insurance.
Is I can't take rejection.
And thanks for following. I am Lapoots.
This is not the case. And I've gone over it like a million times. When it is a normal rejection. See, this is the problem I think that everyone can't understand. There's normal rejection and abnormal rejection. Okay, and I don't even consider it rejection when it's abnormal. I consider it something else. Okay, and we're going to talk about both because you just don't get it. But it's like...
She didn't reject me. It's different. I promise. Harold Ebelman says, with 40 bits, Hannah Tithe. Turns out election commissioning does pay a bit over minimum wage, too. Anyway, my wife and I went to see Lucy Darling last night, and it was as ADHD and gay-friendly as you could imagine. Highly recommend. Okay, good to know.
In a relationship, it's very important to be
Lucy
reasonable.
Darling.
It has to be two sides. It can't be one side. The Florida girl is not reasonable at all. I'm talking like not even 1%. Like nothing about her is reasonable. And I know exactly what she wants. See, she thinks I don't know. I know what she wants. I'm not going to give her what she wants. Okay? I'm not going to be reasonable. I'm tired of being reasonable. What she wants, and I don't even think what she wants is reasonable.
Oh, is Lucy Darling the one woman that you show me sometimes or send me where she's in like she's like very fabulous and she's, you know, I don't know how to describe it.
She wanted me, when I made that apology video, she wanted me to keep it up there for an unlimited period of time. Give her as much time as she needs. Whether it be 6 months, a year, who knows?
I'm not going to read that one, green guy, because I don't want to physically insult someone.
Because she's not blocking me. Apparently, she still wants me in her life, right? And it's nothing to do with harassment. I mean, if it was harassment charges, the girl would have filed it a long time ago. It's nothing to do with that, okay? She wants the time to see, I guess, that I'm going to calm down. I'm going to prove to her I'm this sweet guy. I'm not going to make any more videos about her. And
she's so unreasonable. Why doesn't she want me rambling about her to my following of trolls?
I'm going to give her this unlimited period of time where she could, I guess, evaluate things and think things out and take a deep breath, and say, Richie is acting very calm now for a long period of time, I'm starting to feel not scared anymore. I'm starting to feel relaxed.
She said she felt scared?
I think I could trust him again. And all. Okay.
Phoenix says, thank you, Hannah, for the streams. Really enjoy them. No problem. Thank you for watching.
I'm not going to do it for her. I'm not going to do it for her. That's it. So let the relationship end. That's it. Let her go a separate way. Let her never speak to me again.
Great.
But here's the
Perfect.
way I look at life. An apology has to be accepted immediately. Okay? Now, it does take time to rebuild a relationship.
No one has to accept your apology for anything. You know that, right? Like, you can offer an apology. No one's obligated to accept it in that moment or ever. For the record.
That takes time to rebuild trust, but an apology always has to be accepted immediately. If you ask all of these life coaches, because I read all about them, I read about everyone that's in
he has some kind of big necklace.
Like the area of romance and relationships. They all unanimously agree that when someone apologizes to you, if you still have love for this person, meaning,
okay, maybe she doesn't love you. Have you considered?
You know, you will accept the apology, and then you give them the chance to redeem themselves.
Oh yeah, he feels entitled to people accepting his apology, which is not how things work.
And prove themselves to you over a long period of time. But this is the thing. She's not...
You do not owe people opportunities to redeem themselves. It can be good in many cases. You are not obligated to that at all, especially if that person is toxic or abusive or whatever. They aren't owed that.
Doing that. I've apologized to her. I took accountability, and I'm going to explain to you why. Despite the fact that she took $10,000 from me, she never should have accepted $10,000 from me. I'm at my lowest.
$10,000! Stop sending money to these people! None of them are real people! What don't you understand?
This point, right? My wife and my mom passed away. No.
This is like the third or fourth catfish since his wife has passed away.
No way should she have been accepting money. No way.
And he sends money to all of them.
You know, she says she's my girlfriend, has no time for me, doesn't want to call me, doesn't want to be romantic, doesn't want to be sexual, doesn't want to compromise in any way, shape, or form. She made herself look like a love con, right? Now, here's the thing. Despite all of that, and I rightfully got concerned and I got angry, I still felt I was wrong the way I spoke to her. There was no reasoning for it. I didn't mean it. Let's be realistic. I didn't mean it. It was said out of anger, frustration, and confusion. I was very confusion. That I'm like, this girl seems like she's scamming me. This seems like love con number 2. What happened with, Sarah, may she rest in peace. But
she's not dead, you idiot. And this is number 3. There was another one in there he's not mentioning.
Despite all of that, I still
he still doesn't get. That was the scammer pretending to be someone else so you'd stop messaging them, trying to get your money back.
Accountability as a man that I should not have spoke to her about it. She's not taking accountability for.
Can we get this guy on that show Catfished on YouTube?
Nothing. After I made that apology video, she should have immediately called me. She should have said, Rich, I accept your apology. It was very sincere. It was very heartfelt. I want to apologize about some things too. Should have never accepted money. My ignoring, it's really out of control the way I ignore. I got to learn how to talk things out.
I'm pretty sure his wife died. Yeah. I don't think it's a lie.
Because in a relationship, communication and compromise is key. I got to care about your feelings. You got to care about my feelings. There's no boss in a relationship. There's no right and there's no wrong. Okay, I was wrong about that and I got to stop ignoring you. But she's not being reasonable. So what she wants is, it's a one-sided street. Okay,
she's a catfish. She probably wants more money.
Make the apology video, right? I now leave her alone in peace for however long that's going to be. 6 months, a year, because she's been ignoring me for about 4 months.
Forever.
Now. So how much more time do you think she needs? Let's say another 6 months, okay? I stopped making old videos about her. I stop texting her, I stop calling her, I leave her in peace, I leave her alone. And maybe at some magical, like a mystical moment, this magic moment, when 6 months has passed, I will give you a pass. Let's see if this love might last, this magic moment. No, it's not going to happen. Okay? You're not being reasonable. You're too one-sided. You made a tremendous amount of mistakes in this relationship. Whether you want to accept it or not, you took $10,000 when I was at my lowest point. Knowing my wife and mom passed away. Knowing Sarah took $13,000. You didn't act like a person.
I feel bad for his losses, but I also want to point out that was like 2 years ago at this point. I don't expect him to be over that. He clearly has not dealt with it in any way. But also, you can't just, like, blame every mistake you make for the rest of your life on that. Just so you know, what a bad habit to get into. Is it going to be, like, 20 years from now, and you make a mistake, and you'll be like, my wife passed away. That's tragic. I am so sorry for you. I really feel for you. But you can't use that as an excuse for keep giving women money who aren't even real people, or like they're not who they present themselves as.
In any way, shape, or form. Not even, forget a girlfriend, you even act like a friend. You had no time for me when I came home from Florida. You should have even came to the Jersey Shore. I mean, I give you $10,000, help me, help my kids, come for a weekend. It was going to be all expenses paid by me. And you could, that's showing me that you love me, you care about me. After I was so good to you in Florida and helped you. You could have came. She used to always say that about Sarah. She said, I can't believe Sarah. She should get.
It's like an Elvis movie. A song could launch at any time. Boy, I sure hope it's Jailhouse Rock and not Kissing Cousins.
Her ass on a plane and.
An Elvis movie joke? I don't know. I don't think anyone in my audience has seen enough Elvis movies for that.
Get to the Jersey Shore. Well, you didn't. Okay, look, she made a lot of mistakes. And at the end of the day, you're scared of me, you want nothing to do with me, you should pay me back. Because you took that money saying things like my wife's spirit came to you to protect me and your kids. Lifetime person, all that stuff. God.
You don't need to see any, they're bad.
Godmother to the kids.
You didn't know there was multiple Elvis movies. Oh, you want to know how many Elvis movies there are? You have no idea, holy shit. Elvis was in 31 feature films. 31!
You took it under false pretense.
He was a whole genre.
Come on, you should pay the money back if you're really that scared. You really want nothing to do with me, but the girl's not blocking me. She obviously wants me in her life, but she's playing some kind of game. This wicked game you do. Make me dream of you, and I don't wanna fall in love. It's like she's playing a wicked game. That's what she's playing, and I don't know what game she's playing, but she's not reasonable. She's playing a wicked game. And my wicked game is I'm gonna get 1 billion views. That's that's my wicked game. I will talk about this forever.
This video has 19 views. Anyway. I think that's it for today. I think we've... Wait, oh shit, what? They're remastering Godzilla Destroy All Monsters? Hold on. Oh shit! Yes! Yes! Sorry, this is the first I'm hearing about this. I'm very excited. Oh, that game fucking rules. Of course, Jimbo. Local multiplayer, too. I am gonna make my wife play this with me. I say make. She likes Godzilla and she likes video games. I'm sure she'd have fun with this one. That's so fun. I'm thrilled about that. I was wondering if that would ever get a remake or a remaster or something. How fun. All right, let's see who we're going to rate on Twitch. I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure what we'll be doing tomorrow, but I'll find something fun for us to take a look at. Should be cool. Who we rating? Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, so I'll see you then. What's Granny up to?
Every single one. All of them went poof. And...
All right. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go get ice cream and stuff to make a chocolate shake and some chicken to make some chicken wings. Boneless. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you soon. Not the strongest ending of any stream I've done, but whatever.